vanished without a trace. The camera drifts slowly across a vast mountain range at dawn. The peaks of the Rockies glow with golden light, while valleys remain drowned in shadow. Mist curls upward, like smoke from a hidden fire. The screen fades into the dense forest below. Tall pines stand like soldiers, unmoving, guarding secrets they've kept for decades. A lone figure enters the frame, a hiker, small against the enormity of the wilderness. His boots crunch against frost-crusted soil. The sound echoes unnaturally, as though the forest itself amplifies every step. The camera follows close on his backpack, its straps worn, its fabric dusty. He disappears into the tree line, swallowed by darkness even in daylight. Cut to an aerial shot. The forest stretches endlessly in all directions, a green sea of silence. On-screen text fades in slowly, vanished without a trace. The music swells low strings, ominous but restrained. The scene changes to an abandoned campsite. A tent flaps in the mountain wind, its poles bent. A sleeping bag lies unrolled but untouched. A half-empty canteen rests against a rock. Snow drifts across the ground, half burying a lone hiking boot. The place feels frozen in time, as if the owner simply evaporated into the thin alpine air. Beams slicing through the night. The floodlights stab into the treetops, illuminating nothing but branches and shadows. From the ground, search parties fan out. People in bright jackets call out names into the silence. Their voices echo, swallowed quickly by the forest. Dogs strain on leashes, sniffing furiously, but then stop abruptly, confused, their heads tilting as though the trail simply vanishes. A close-up of a notice board in a nearby town. Faded posters of missing hikers flutter in the cold wind. Their faces stare back, ghostly reminders of unresolved endings. One by one, more posters are pinned up, overlapping each other, each with the same words stamped in red: missing. A compass is shown in close-up, resting in a palm. The needle spins wildly, unable to settle on a direction, as if the forest itself scrambles signals. The hand holding it trembles. Time-lapse begins. Days flicker into nights, the sun arcing quickly across the horizon, stars spinning above. Search teams shrink in number, their flashlights glow weaker and fewer each passing night. Tents are folded, vehicles pull away, and the once busy base camp empties. The silence returns, stronger than before. The forest is shown in long, sweeping shots. Rivers cut through the land like silver veins. Fog blankets the treetops. A single glove floats downstream, caught on a branch before being pulled under. A camera lingers on a dark cave mouth. Its blackness is absolute, unyielding, like an invitation that should never be accepted. Cut to the search dogs again. This time they whine softly, ears pinned back, refusing to go further down a trail. Their handlers tug gently, but the animals resist, tails tucked, eyes wide. Whatever scent they follow leads to nothing but empty space. Close up on a watch, ticking steadily. The glass face is cracked, mud streaked across its band. It lies abandoned on a bed of pine needles. The second hand jerks forward with each beat, indifferent to the mystery around it. The scene transitions to the local sheriff's office. Maps are pinned to corkboards, trails marked with red string. Polaroids and notes cluster like a spiderweb, every thread leading nowhere. Officers stand silent, staring at the board, shaking their heads. Coffee cups sit cold and half full. The film cuts to the family's hands holding onto faded photographs, lips whispering names into prayers. A child clutches a stuffed toy, its fur matted from tears. The camera pulls back, leaving the human grief behind, returning to the wilderness that swallowed the missing. The drone captures a wide shot of a ridge at sunset. The camera tilts down, revealing steep ravines and jagged cliffs. The wind howls, bending the trees as shadows stretch long. In the distance, a searchlight sweeps once more, a futile gesture against the vastness. Night falls, A lantern swings gently inside a ranger's cabin. Outside, snow begins to drift again, covering tracks, erasing evidence. The music deepens with heavy bass. A quick montage shows boots disappearing into fog, a trail ending abruptly at a cliff edge, the forest closing in tighter than before. Still photographs, found in hikers' pea belongings, smiling faces beside trail signs, arms raised at summits, journals with hopeful words written inside, then silence. Blank pages, empty frames. On-screen text fades in. The mountains keep what they take. The camera pulls back, higher and higher, until the wilderness is once again just a vast green-black sea stretching to the horizon. The scene fades into darkness, leaving the audience unsettled. Ghost towns and lost mines. A slow aerial sweep reveals the jagged skeleton of the Colorado Rockies, scarred by the remnants of human ambition. Rusting mining shafts pierce the mountainsides. Roofless shacks cling to cliffs, their timbers bleached silver by decades of wind and snow. The camera drifts lower, approaching a once thriving mining town now reduced to silence. Dust swirls across a broken main street. Wooden storefronts sag inward. Shattered glass crunches under invisible footsteps. A faded sign creaks overhead. General store. Its paint flakes off in the dry wind, letters vanishing the same way the town did. A wide shot shows the outline of an abandoned saloon. Sunlight filters through slats in its walls, creating stripes of light and shadow. A door hangs on one hinge, squealing whenever the wind breathes through. On the floor inside, rusted tools, a broken chair, and an overturned whiskey bottle lie exactly where they were left decades ago. The screen flickers with old sepia photographs, men with pickaxes, faces streaked with soot, horses pulling carts heavy with ore. Laughter frozen in time. The images dissolve back into present-day silence, where only empty helmets lie in the dust. A shaft yawns open at the edge of town. Its entrance is dark, framed by rotting beams that groan under their own weight. The camera glides closer until blackness swallows the lens. A faint drip echoes deep inside. A helmet lies at the entrance, its lamp shattered. The scene shifts to another ghost town. This one lies half buried in snow. Icicles hang like teeth from collapsed roofs. A piano sits exposed to the elements, keys cracked, its silence louder than music. A child's toy wagon rests nearby, half filled with ice. On-screen text fades in. Ghost town's echoes of lost lives. A time-lapse shows clouds racing over empty streets. Seasons blur snow, rain, and dust storms batter the buildings. Each storm strips another layer of paint, another piece of history. Slowly, the town itself seems to sink back into the earth. The screen cuts to gold coins scattered on a wooden table. They glint faintly in the dim light before fading into shadows. Legends swirl about riches left behind, caches of silver hidden in tunnels, sacks of gold buried under floorboards, never reclaimed because their owners never returned. The camera dives into the dark tunnels of a mine. The walls glisten with moisture. Old wooden supports creak with every shift of rock. A discarded lantern lies on its side, its glass cracked. Footprints appear faintly in the dust, leading deeper, then vanishing into nothing. Suddenly, the sound of a cave-in echoes, rocks tumbling in the darkness. The screen shakes as if the mountain itself is alive. Then silence. The dust settles. The passage is sealed forever. Back outside, the drone hovers above a cemetery beside the town. Wooden crosses lean sideways, names weathered away. Some graves are marked only with piles of stone. The wind whistles between them, carrying whispers that could be mistaken for voices. The film cuts to still artifacts. A rusted revolver, a pocket watch frozen at midnight, a miner's diary with half-written words trailing off mid-sentence. Each object feels abandoned in haste, as though its owner expected to return within minutes but never did. The sky darkens. The ghost town is now bathed in moonlight. Shadows lengthen across the broken streets. A door slams shut, though no one is there. The saloon's piano emits a single faint note, its strings vibrating in the wind. The camera lingers on a broken mirror in one of the cabins. For a moment, movement flickers in the reflection, a miner's shadow perhaps? But when the lens pans to the room itself, it is empty. Dust floats lazily in the silver beam of moonlight. Legends unfold across the screen with quick cuts. A miner seen wandering the hills, lantern glowing faintly, vanishing when approached. Horses heard galloping down empty streets long after the last one died. Gold seekers disappearing into tunnels, never resurfacing, their voices echoing faintly, even now. On-screen text burns slowly into view. Some treasures cost more than their worth. The music deepens. The drone lifts higher, pulling away from the town. From above, the ruined settlement looks like nothing more than scars etched into the mountainside. Yet even from this distance, it feels as though eyes are watching from the shattered windows, following until the camera retreats completely into darkness.